You're watching Masters in Trading Live with Jonathan Rose.
Hey everybody, Jonathan Rose, and welcome to Masters in Trading Live. At Masters in Trading Live, I get on here every day the market's open, share some tidbits about the market, go over just go over what's going on. Once in a while, we'll even share our trade of the day. We have our chat open in YouTube. I think we got about 35 people on there, so welcome everybody. I think there's a little bit of a delay as well, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to throw your questions in the chat. We had a fun little poll to get us started. This evening is the silly boxing match between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. We ran a little poll and we only had 10 votes. The majority of people voted for Mike Tyson to win, even though Mike Tyson's a plus 200 underdog. This fight really makes me upset because I love Mike Tyson. I'm a huge Mike Tyson fan from the 90s and 2000s, not as a man, as a boxer. So seeing him going into the ring for the money grab, it drives me nuts. But nevertheless, I think Jake Paul's going to win because Mike Tyson's a 63-year-old man. What we're going to cover today. First thing we're going to cover is short-term options. We've been talking a lot about ODTE options. We're going to cover VIX term structure. I want to go over the indices. The indices are all making a pretty good move. And then finally, we have some spring cleaning to do. Spring cleaning is in our free portfolio at mastersintrading.com/live. If you look underneath every trade that we've shared in our free promotional portfolio, you can find all those trades. Now we're going to do a little spring cleaning based upon that portfolio. So without further ado, let's head over to the slide deck. Let's start here. And Dale, I think this answers your question right away. We talk about our line in the sand. When we look at a line in the sand, that's just one number. Under bullish, above bearish. Earlier in the week, we were getting a little bit bullish. I have you on a weekly chart. Last week is this bar right here. This week is this bar right here. Last week, the high was 514.92. This week, the high was 515.58. So on Monday, when we took out last week's high and then sold under last week's high, that's when we decided to cover our longs because that was the big tell that the market's under some pressure. I didn't know it was going to sell off like this, but that was definitely the tell or what we needed to get out of our longs. So the line in the sand in this example was just last week's high, a key level. Here is what VIX term structure looks like this morning. When we look at VIX term structure, we don't want to just look at 30 days. 30 days for us is slow. Instead, we want faster time frames. We want 9, 23, 30, 37, 90, 365, and 1 day. This is what VIX term structure looked like this morning. Let's see what it looks like right now. VIX 9D is the first thing that you go to. VIX 9D this morning was 13.6, right? Well, right now, it's 14.79. That's a pretty considerable rally just for an hour of trade, wouldn't you think? What about VIF? Goes from 15.10. Right now, it's 16.15. So right now, the market is heavy. As these VIX shorter term rally, the market is going to go lower. Jeff, I love this comment you threw in Discord. If I was going to summarize our short-term options approach, when the market is strong, we want bullish trades. When the market is weak, most of us are long in our investment portfolio. So when the market's weak, these are awesome for hedges. So when the market's strong, great opportunity to make money. When the market's weak, a great opportunity to protect your money with hedges and short-term trades. Very, very cool approach. QQQs. That's what we got right here. Last trade in the Qs is going to be lower. Last trade in the Qs is going to be $4.98. Now, why is it $4 lower from when I shared this morning? Because those VIX short-term indices are higher. But also what I want you to notice is the QQQ, we also had a sell signal. A sell signal because we got outside of a 3 standard deviation band and now we got inside. So a sell signal in the QQQs. The SPY. The SPY is going to be the S&Ps. QQQ's got a sell signal. QQQs, you'll notice, took out its high and then came right back. But the S&Ps, yeah, kind of the same thing. On a daily, took out its high, came right back, and again, a sell signal as well. So we have the sell signal on the SPY, the sell signal on the Qs. VIX, 30-day measure of volatility. The same 3 and 4 standard deviation bars, sell signals up here. What do we got here? Buy. What happens when the VIX rallies? VIX up is the same thing as QQQ or SPY or IWM down. So these are all starting to line up where VIX is a buy and the indices are a sell. Interesting. Is the market preparing for risk on over the weekend? Does the market not want to be at these levels going into the weekend because the market's going to be closed? IWM as well. IWM, we got some sell signals. We got some buy signals. The great thing about this approach is it really just stays on the edges. Well, looky here. Sharp rally, come right back down underneath, and then gets a sell signal. So we have IWM, SPY, Qs, all sell, and we have risk, volatility as a buy going into this weekend. Interesting, right? Risk is on. You need to watch those short-term vol indices really closely. Today's date is 11/15. I've been trading since 1997. Okay, that's the only thing that I've done professionally. And if I can go back, one of the biggest mistakes that I've made throughout my career is not falling in love with the calendar, not respecting the calendar. Because what ends up happening in the US is Thanksgiving week is slow. It's so slow, I need 4 zeros. Actually, the Friday after Thanksgiving is a great little trade. It's very, very volatile. So oftentimes, because the market gets so slow and then it falls asleep on Thanksgiving, it eats a whole bunch of turkey, takes a nap on the couch. By the time it wakes up on Friday, oftentimes you see a really big move. So this is a really good trade on the 29th, but these 4 days are just so slow. Then what happens in December? Once you get past the 22nd, slow. Okay, everybody is waiting until the end of the year. So trade the calendar. Be aware, right now it's the 15th. expiry, right? Options are expiring. I don't know why that needs to be a smiley face. These are going to be December options. How many days do December options have to really move? Not that many. So be careful. You don't want to just gobble a whole bunch of options going into December because those options are going to decay. A lot of folks in our Discord room are getting exposure to these Friday expirations. If you have so much inventory, those can get to be very, very expensive. So trade the calendar. If you do have a lot of risk on, you want to be working out of that risk really now going into Thanksgiving. Let's do a little spring cleaning if we can. Lyft was originally shared in our promotional portfolio going back to April 2nd. The way that we traded this is we bought Lyft way up here. Okay? 1874. Lyft sold off. As Lyft was selling off, we were doing covered calls. So we were taking in income. We sold these for $1. We sold these for 50 cents. So we sold those for $1.50. Lyft finally gets a big bounce right back up, and now we'll just take off this trade. So we had to take some risk. We held Lyft. It came back, but we were able to take in some income on those two upside call trades. So nice job for those who held Lyft, and really good job for those who tranched in and added to Lyft as it went offered. Nice trade. Another trade that we have expires today is the Aspen straddle. How the Aspen straddle works. 15 calls, 15 puts. 15, 15. We're long from 15 and we're short from 15. The 15 puts are worth absolutely bupkis, 0.0, because the stock's at 1733. So these are a loss. And then if we just sell the stock, the options are worth $2.13. 1713 minus 15. So pretty much 213, 215. Really break even on this trade. It's fine. It didn't really move our way, but it didn't hurt us. Pretty much a break even in OS. PN. That's what I got for you guys. Hope you have a great weekend. Thanks for the activity in YouTube. Enjoy the fight. Hopefully it's a good fight tonight. Enjoy that. And we'll see you back here on Monday. Thanks everybody for watching. All Access. You guys stay still. We'll be right back.